Clarets TV speaking to Champions League manager Robbie Simpson after a 2-2 draw at home against Dorking Wanderers, and we've grabbed a late equaliser there against the early title favourites.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little gutted. I thought we could and should have won the game, and the moment right at the end of the first half has changed everything really. First half I thought we were really good, game plan was working brilliantly, we scored a great goal, really good goal, another throw in like I like, you know, and we looked really threatening, and we didn't really look like we were being threatened, and we've let them off the hook with that penalty. And you know, we do our research on opposition, and we go through it on Thursdays, and it's preventable, and I think the penalty's savable, and that's really changed. It's changed their half-time team talk, no doubt. They'll go in there and he would have said, you've been let off, and it changed. Well, it didn't really change my team talk, because the first thing I said to them at half-time was, forget about that last minute, you've been excellent, it's working, keep going, do this better, a few little things we could have done better. But on the whole, apart from that last kick of the first half, we looked like we were going to go on and win. We made them look ordinary, and we looked good. It's probably the best I've seen us with the ball, that first half. Second half, I thought they were the better team. For large parts, they certainly started better. But again, we do our research, and their goal is preventable for me. They scored two pretty much identical goals against St Albans, like that goal that we watched and studied and worked on Thursday night. So that's disappointing. But yeah, to find ourselves in the situation we did at 2-1 down, the fight spirit, go right to the last kick of the game, really shone through, and we deserved to get an equaliser. You know, it was a bit of quality. Well, first and foremost, Tom Dickens' run past Tom Blackwell gives Tom Blackwell the space to produce the quality cross that he did, and it was a great cross. And the only person on the move running to goal was Charlie Sheringham, and that's why he's here. That's why I've signed him, and excellent from him. Great finish to adjust his body to finish it as well, and I think it's the least we deserve from today. And I'm gutted that moment happened just before half time, because I think I'd be standing here with 3 points if it hadn't have happened.
Yeah, and you switched to 5 at the back, bringing Dave Winfield on late on, just gave us a bit more room at the back as they sort of tried to waste time and get the win.
Yeah, well, I knew, given Dorking's results and probably how the opposition played against Dorking on Monday, I knew if they got ahead that they would sit deeper and try and manage the game and time waste, and because they're desperate for the 3 points, you know. So I knew that might happen. And bringing Dave on for Ratey might have been seen as a negative substitution, but it really wasn't in my eyes. It made me switch Tom Blackwell to left wing back, although I said to him, look, you're not a wing back, you're a winger. We're playing 3 at the back. And then when we brought Freddie on, I said to him, you're a winger. We're playing 3 at the back, 2 wingers out wide, 3 in the middle, Charlie and Simeon up top. We need a goal. So that first sub of Dave might have been seen as negative, and indeed Ratey came off and sort of said, we need a goal, like, what are you doing? And I said to them there, just trust me, please trust me. And we got possession, we played the last 5 minutes in their half, and we created pressure, we hit the diagonals to Charlie really well. I'd have liked us to run to goal after Charlie won a few of them, to be honest, and eventually great bit of quality from Tom, and Charlie was there to finish and get us a point that we thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, big positive today after a couple of encouraging sub appearances. First start for the club for Tom Blackwell against an experienced side. And how well do you think he did come with that late assist?
Did really well, and I've kept saying to Tom, because he's been frustrated because he had a good pre-season, and he's been frustrated that he's not in the team, but he's been doing great. I can't fault him. It's just my selection of how I think I can win games, and bringing him on to use his pace late on has been the tactic, really. But he's got his start today, and he's done really, really well. He started really well, and he was the threat for us, really, that first half of the first half. And we struggled to replicate that sort of in the middle part of the match. But then late on, switching wings for him, it kind of re-energised him, gave him a new lease of life, and he was our threat for the last 15 minutes, really. And yeah, really pleased for him. He's a big part of our squad and what we do. He gives us something different, and yeah, really pleased. And Thursday training was a bit of a car crash for us. You know, I get a phone call off Dave saying he reacted badly to his second jab, so I didn't feel it was quite right to start him today, even though he's been a colossus for us Saturday, Monday. And I spoke with him yesterday, and he said, look, he doesn't feel 100% yesterday, but come today he'll feel 100% and he wants to play. But he fully backs my principles about not training on Thursday, and then not, in my opinion, if you don't train Thursday, you shouldn't be in line to start on the Saturday, because we do lots of detail on the Thursday for the Saturday game. You haven't kicked a ball for 5 days, essentially, so there are principles that we set out together, and Dave's fully behind it. Obviously he was disappointed not to start, he'd rather start, but he was fully behind the principles. Everybody's fully behind the principles of what we set out at the beginning, and he was a credit, you know. He was a credit on the bench, encouraging in the warm-up, making sure they're on it. He treated today as if he was definitely starting, but he knew yesterday he wasn't going to be. So full credit to him. It shows the culture that we've got within the group. Yeah, a couple of other unfortunate instances on Thursday. Cameron James rolled his ankle. Callum Jones rolled his ankle. Tom Raitt kind of pulled out on Thursday, although he did a fitness test today and was okay, but probably wasn't quite 100%. And, you know, I said to them that it's an opportunity for others coming into the side. You know, Callum Jones has done well, but his misfortune is another person's fortune, and Tom Blackwell's come in and performed great, and others have come in. Ches has come in. I thought Ches was exceptional at right back, exceptional today, and we moved him into the middle and he kept it ticking over. You know, we've got a real good squad all together, all know the principles of what we all know, that they've got to be ready. It's nothing personal if they're left out or if I bring them off, nothing personal. I love them all, they all can bring something different. It's just what I decide to do each day, and they're all fully behind it, and it just goes to show that we never say die, right to the very end, and we get a point from the game.
Yeah, and after Bath away, Maidstone, Ebbsfleet and Dorking at home, you thought it might get a little bit less difficult, but then we've got Chippenham away next week, who've started well. I think they're fourth in the league at the moment. The 4 games have only got 6 goals in, so they're tight at the back and winning games 1-0 maybe at the moment. So a tough trip to Chippenham. Yep,
another long trip. They're a lot better. For some reason, they're kind of underestimated, but they're a lot better than what people give them credit for. A lot better. They are strong, physical, and they can play as well. So we're going to have to rest, recuperate, and be ready for that trip.
Okay, great result today, Robbie. See you next Saturday.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.